Good morning. I'm gonna bring you guys over to see our house chicken coop. I've been saying I would in previous videos and never have. So we're gonna go see our house chicken, who has graciously started laying almost every day. It's exciting. She was one of those that a lot of people would have culled. She has a leg injury and can't be with the rest of the flock. But I have this little extra coop. Didn't hurt to put in the backyard. So we just brought her back here, and she's super sweet. She's a Rhode Island Red, beautiful girl. Maintains her weight well. Is obviously happy enough to start laying. So we get some yummy eggs from her almost every day now. I hope y'all had a great start to your morning. It's the back of our house. Our porch that faces the pond, right, my husband's favorite fireplace. Also, we still have some construction leftovers. Our little burn barrel here this is actually, let me turn around and let y'all see, there's our pond. It's a little house chicken coop, we call it. I'm just gonna let her out. She is so mad at me sitting here talking without letting her out. But hopefully this area right here to my right, this little brushy area and these little gum trees, we're gonna take these down, and this is gonna be my garden spot. I'm so excited. Got a little work to do, but it's gonna be worth it. Okay, finding a spot. Put this over here for my coffee. Good morning. Hi. Did you sleep good? Hey, girl. Good morning. Heard some geese flying over too. Here, let's let you out. I thought that was a goose, and it was just the coop squeaking. Good morning. There she goes with her bad leg. You're doing good though, huh? Breakfast. It's time to move her coop. We just picked this little thing up. It's light. Let her eat the grass in one spot and move it on over. Figured it wouldn't hurt. This is being our garden spot anyway. So there's the house coop and this sweet girl. We got open to kind of air it out. No egg yet, but she lays in that back corner. We'll probably have one by lunch. All right, have a good day, sweet thing. Now we're headed to the barn. See the girls and the guys over there. I'm laughing as I drink my coffee, which is also in its messy cup like usual, which makes it taste better, we've decided. As I drink it, I can tell I get a little more energetic on our videos. But hey, that's its purpose, right? Thank the good Lord for coffee. Seems like I'm always tickled too on my Sunday morning videos, how I'm apologizing for being late. You know, it's later than usual that I get out here, and it is, but it's always Sunday morning. I guess you could call it a little case of the Mondays coming blues a little bit, and also just kind of recharging from the week. So use that energy and my coffee, and we get ready for the week, and no more Monday blues. And it looks like there's some singing going on with the goaties over here. My son Braxton called it yesterday. He was betting that old Biscuit was coming into heat, and sure enough, let me show you. There she is, wagging that tail, singing her song to s'more. He called it. Oh, Biscuit. Oh, goodness. They're a mess. Honestly, I'm thankful she's that predictable. That helps. So yesterday, we started on the first pen edition for the goat barn. I'll tell you this while I let these ladies out. They're gonna get mad at me too. Hey, ladies. always letting the, oh no, that's Curly Sue. There you, oh, that was the least graceful. Are you all right? Did you hurt your leg? Buddy, that was pretty clumsy there, mister. Come on, walk out here. Let me get out of the way. He's probably waiting for me. Oh, poor fella. You okay? Are you embarrassed? I think you're embarrassed. Poor buddy. That was rough. Rough landing. Oh, he's still shaking his head. Oh, goodness. These critters. Good morning. Oh, anyway, I was telling y'all about our fence. So we started on the north addition first. Come to find out, there's a tree. Let me show you. There's a tree back here. See that one? I'll point with my coffee cup. Right above my coffee cup with the white spot and the mushrooms on it. My husband believes it's probably best to go ahead and cut it down before we add the south side fence because it has to fall that way. So we'll do that one next. Hopefully next weekend we'll be cutting that tree and then starting on the other pasture. So I'm gonna step back over this way so y'all can see all this explaining I've been doing. Exactly see how we're doing this. I'm gonna turn you around. All right, so here we are at the north side of the goat yard area, goat pen area. There's the house, pond, and there's a T-post right there. And there's one down there that we are just using to hold our string. This girl right here, I know she isn't. Are you about to drink my coffee? Ma'am. Nosy. Are you nosy? Yeah, I thought so too. Well, drink my coffee. Silly girl. So those T-posts, she is trying to drink my coffee. Really? Ma'am. Go find a cricket or something. Thank you. I don't blame her, I guess. So the T-posts, sorry for the interruptions, are just holding our string that we have tied. You can kind of see it sagging. It's that bright green along there. So we can square it up with the current fence. Kind of an easy way out, so to speak, but it's accurate for what we're doing. So that first little dirt pile right here is going to be another post just like this one on the corner. That's where our gate is going to hang, and it's going to swing toward the other fence there that's already there. And then it'll open up. This other dirt pile right here in the middle of the screen, kind of by the chicken right there, is our front corner post. And then down there where you can see the post hole diggers and the shovel, that's the other pile, that's the other post. So we'll set those today, and we'll set them, this ground right here, especially this post right here, is no joke. It's basically concrete itself. We have really majority red clay here, and this part happens to be, there was a lot of traffic, like a kind of a driveway area for a trail actually in the woods. All this was wooded before we moved out here. We logged everything, but this was one of the trail areas. So it is heavily packed, and it was heck for Ray and I to dig this hole, mostly Ray, but it was rough. So these other two weren't so bad. And that one down in the bottom was actually an old burn pile from where we cleared our land. So we found all kind of sticks that kind of posed a challenge for that one. Limbs and all of those sorts of things. And that were solid enough that didn't burn. So they were pretty heavy duty. But we got it. We're gonna put our posts up today. Let those set in concrete. So we put concrete around, even though the ground's as hard as it is, we're still gonna put concrete around them. And then that way it's strong enough. You see how we don't have any other post other than the T-post between these two sections, any of these sections here? It's because our corner posts are strong enough to handle the tension. Could our fence be a little tighter? Yes, but it is secure. We use extra clips on the T-posts to help with the back scratching that happens with the goats, because that's like the perfect back scratcher right there. They just run the length of the fence on whatever side's itchy, and it makes a nice little bow in the fence. But we spaced the T-post close enough to where it can retain the tension with the extra clips, and it's good. So we're gonna do the same thing on this side. In each pasture, I've mentioned that we're going to build shelters. So they're gonna be on the kind of the middle to lower end, probably toward the middle really, of each little pasture. And it's gonna be off the ground, about 4x4 with a roof, and I'm gonna use some concrete pavers for steps to help file their hooves and everything. And I'm working on those plans this evening and hopefully can share that with y'all soon. Yep, the coffee. She didn't drink any of my coffee. I think she tried and she changed her mind, so no little surprises in there. So our next steps today, as I mentioned, are setting the posts with concrete. We're going to do that with all three, make sure they're nice and secure, and let those cure. Let the concrete settle and get hard so we can pull on it and not have any risk of it moving. I'm going to, between Tractor Supply and Home Depot, to get the supplies for at least one of our shelters. I think I'm gonna go ahead and build one for S'mores area while he's in there. And I'm also gonna get some cattle panels to go ahead and move forward with the stall divisions that I have mentioned in a previous video, which I'll put a little card at the top of the screen here so if you want to check that out. So in our barn remodel, we could call it for lack of a better term, we're going to divide it into 3 stalls. Currently it's 2 larger stalls, and a Nigerian dwarf goat doesn't need any more than about 5x5. That's 25 square feet. Oh, Biscuit's singing her song. This is the funniest. Biscuit. Hold on, let me let you see her. She's a mess. Are you singing to S'more? Are you singing your song? Listen, you can hear her. Little baby sounds. By the end of today, they'll be a lot louder. Biscuit is tough being this cute, isn't it? I know it. She is something. I see you. I see you. Hey, babies. There's the little girls. Good morning. All right, so today I'm gonna go get the cattle panel. Oh, gracious. These noises, ma'am. I think S'more's the only one that thinks it's just, well, I think it's pretty entertaining, but he enjoys your song, doesn't he? He enjoys your song, doesn't he? So let me turn you around and I'll show you what we're gonna do in the barn. So this is the little entryway. It's a 10x10 barn. Hey, sweet girls. So currently you walk in, we have this Dutch door, some chicken poop on it. And each stall is 5x10. We have our hay racks, which we'll move around as needed. So we're gonna take the cattle panel and place it right down the middle here. We have room enough to come back out about 1 foot, so it'll be more, the stalls will be approximately 5 foot by 6 foot once we finish placing everything. I'll place a piece across the center here where this fence is and this gate, and I'm going to make, framed out with 1x material, some gates out of the cattle panel. Probably going to add another 4x4 for gate support for the little gates I'm gonna make. And then down the middle, we'll have another piece of cattle panel and just divide this stall into 2. So we'll have 2 5x6 stalls. This is gonna be the mother baby barn. I just added our little board here with all important stuff, muffins due date, all of our to-dos, and our AM, PM feedings, water. CD&T is due today, so we're gonna give them their shots today. Hi, babies. You ready for your sweater to come off? So we're excited. We've got our new buckling coming next weekend. I just checked again, and it looks like he'll be here next weekend, at the latest the following. So we'll have him a stall with access to the pasture, another stall, and then our large stall. So this one has access to this pasture here with the little lovebirds over there. And then this little area that's blocked off by some large blocks on the other side right now, I'm gonna make a door for that that's a lot easier to move around than those blocks. I just had a little thought as I started to walk back toward the house. I wanted to share with y'all. It's funny, I always do that. I don't know if y'all noticed that we're a little, I don't want to say slow, because it's what we can do on our projects around here. I just wanted to share that with you and make sure that you knew and encourage you that if you're in this place where you're in between, you're having to work your normal 40+ hour job a week off your home site, your farmstead, homestead, whatever your goal is, it's okay. Just do what you can with the time that you have. It's valuable. Just because it's not at the pace you would like to see, or you feel like you're going a little slow, that's okay. It's still worth, if you're doing it, you're doing it. Do anything with the time that you have, and don't get discouraged, because you look back in 6 months and you'll be amazed at what you've done. So I just wanted to share that, and I hope it encourages you too. See you in a little bit with some fence post updates. Good morning again, everyone. It's the next morning. It's a chilly one. It's a nice frost on the ground. Look how pretty. A pretty frost morning is about as close as it gets to what looks like a snowy day here in Louisiana. Every now and then we have a snow, but these frosts are quite pretty. I'm going to show you, we've got our post set yesterday. Ran out of daylight to show you that yesterday, so we'll walk out here this morning while I feed the girls and everybody. I'll let you take a peek. We got 3 posts set, all in concrete like we planned. We ended up digging the holes a little bigger than we had anticipated, so we've got lots of concrete around them. Good morning, guys. I'm gonna turn you around and let you see. It's so pretty this morning. So here is where our gate is going to mount on the shorter posts. We're going to cut all these posts off to the same height once we get everything tied together. We've got some to cut on the old pin as well. We haven't yet. We're going to do that all at once. So that's where our gate is going to go. And you can see this is an 8 to 10 inch across retired telephone pole. And we've dug out and put concrete all the way around it. Probably a little more than you would have to, so it's probably around 3 to 6 inches at any given point around the base of that pole. Good morning, ladies. Everybody's up and fluffy this morning. Yeah. Hi. So that is our gate. It's going to swing in toward this fence, and then the rest of the pasture will go through this way. These girls are frisky this morning. Muffin, you're looking wide, sister. I cannot wait to see what her babies look like. This is our first kidding here at Magnolia Hill Farm, so we are excited. I'm sure they're gonna be precious. Oh, S'more, be proud daddy over there. All right, so coming down the fence, this will be in the new pasture area. It's actually about half of this solid clay dirt under this oak tree right here. I'm gonna turn you back. The sun might be a little bright. It's beautiful this morning, so no worries. This oak tree will be in their pen, which is great for goats. They're more of a brush and forage type animal. They don't graze, they mostly forage on weeds and bushes and limbs and leaves and things like that. So this is our bottom corner post. This is over here facing the house. So we come back, and I'm right on the outer edge of the fence now. I'm gonna turn back toward the goat barn, and you can kind of see the span of our little pasture here. So there's the other corner post to our left here. And then we have our front post here, the pretty sunshine, hide behind the bush. There, right there. So that'll be the pasture, and they're all set the same way. Next weekend, we're gonna give them the full week to cure the concrete so it doesn't move, and we'll have plenty strength there to start pulling our 4x4 sheep and goat wire that we'll used here is 48 inches tall. These are 6-foot T-posts that we put a little over a foot in the ground and have the white section standing up at the top. So, and I mentioned previously that I would explain why we do these separate pastures. Right now we have 2, which is not ideal. It's ideal to have obviously a space for your bucks and your does. Then you need a pasture that is dormant. It gives time for the larvae, for any of the parasites to die off before you put any new goats on it. So it's recommended to give each pasture a 35-day rest before you rotate your next group of goats onto it. And they also recommend not rotating your does behind your bucks. Your bucks have a higher worm load by nature. So in this way that we have them set up, we have the girls on this side, S'mores over there, and we also tried to time it to where the rest time of the 35 days and Muffin's due date rotates back around to having her in this area where it's the access to the barn where she needs to be to have her babies. So it's going to work out for us. We'll rotate the girls this way into the new pasture next, after next weekend. We'll obviously have our shelter in place hopefully by then. We won't move them if we don't, but that's the plan, is to have it done. Sometimes things come up, but we're going to do our best. And S'more will get his time over here in the big side of the barn. And then we'll rotate them back over. By then, we'll have our other side finished on the south side, which will be our 4th pasture across his pen over that way. So then we'll just continue that rotation every 35 days or so. You can go a little longer if you want to let one rest a little longer, that's great. But then after that, you're letting your goats spend a little too much time on their current pasture. So it's okay if you don't do that, or if you can do something in that fashion. It doesn't have to look exactly like this, just long as you're not keeping them on the same lot for extended periods of time. Like, honestly, we've had these guys like this for a year. We've been fortunate. We didn't have any livestock or anything on this land before we brought them here. There wasn't a high worm load to start with. So now we're starting to see, I had to dose them with some worm medication the other day. Feeling better this morning? You're so cute. You was just a hot mess yesterday. These goats are the best. They are so much fun. And I'm so glad we decided to add them to our life. Can't wait to have some milk from this girl over here. She is loving her milk stand, eating the tarp. You love your spot, baby? She takes claim, won't let Biscuit have a bit of it, so that's kind of why we do what we do here with our pastures. I've been taught from multiple veterinarians and also a lot of research that is the best to do. We're going to give it a go here, and hopefully we won't have to dose our goats with dewormer as often. Can create a resistance if you have to do it too frequently. It's better to let them kind of naturally do their thing. They're built to be the way they are, and they naturally have good resistance to things. But if you create the best environment for them to do well, then everybody wins. So thanks for watching. As always, any information I provide, I will always put the links to the resources I learned from and use regularly in the description below, and any items or products we use, of course I'll put that down there for y'all as well. I only put stuff that I believe in and stuff that I've used. It's tried and true here so far, and as with anybody, we're learning, so it always helps to have different resources and different perspectives to try to figure out your own way. Check those out below in the description, and I hope you have a blessed day. See you again soon.